Please welcome this week's special guest, Wally. So, Germaine Greer, what is Wally to you?
Oh, this is Wally. He's the crane driver who once let me sit in his cabin 50 feet above my house.
Ah. Alan, how do you know Wally?
This is Wally, and during one of his driving lessons, I crashed into the co-op.
And finally, David, what is your relationship with Wally?
This is Wally, and he intervened when I got into a whispered row with a woman in a library.
So, there it is. Lee's team, where do you want to start?
Wally's got the top half of Alan's face and the bottom half of David's.
I think the phone Germaine's got that was in her fridge. OK, well, let's start with Alan. When was this?
I was 17.
Sorry, this was a lesson or a test?
It was the day before my test. I'm in a Mini.
Yeah. Right.
And Wally's with me, helping me learn.
Oh, he wasn't the instructor?
Not a driving instructor.
Oh, OK, so he's your mate. Right, and what caused you to go into the co-op?
I didn't stop. It pulled out in front of me, Lee.
Talk us through the incident, then.
It's where I grew up. I grew up in Essex.
OK.
And it was the biggest supermarket in Europe.
The co-op?
The co-op.
Which town was that in?
In Loughton, that's where I grew
the
up.
Loughton co-op. Yeah. It's the only supermarket you see from space.
But it's hard to spot if you're driving.
Did you scrape it, or did you go
No,
bang into it?
straight into it.
Into a window or a wall?
The wall.
Sorry,
instead of braking, I accelerated.
How much damage did you do to the car?
Well, it wouldn't go.
Really? It was that bad?
I can't get over the hair. They've got to be mates.
Right.
They come from that town where that is the hair.
Yeah, it's just...
How did the manager of the co-op, who came out with presumably the same hairstyle... How did he react?
Maybe Alan tried to blame Wally, pointed, but there was like 20, 30 blokes, and you had to work out where Wally was.
So the manager came out, and what was the response?
I don't remember anyone coming out.
The car has gone into the wall of the co-op, and everything just carries on.
Did you have to put £1 into the back to release it?
All right, so who would you like to speak to next?
Germaine, what was the crane doing? I presume there was building work going on.
It was to do with an electricity substation.
So he was doing some work.
The crane was there for a few days before I actually approached him and asked him if I could go up in the cabin. And when I first asked him, he was distinctly unkeen.
So you say you asked him, where was he? Or did you shout? Can I come up to your cabin? I want to sit on your crying in your cabin. Come on! Tell me a dingo, let me in your cabin. Is that roughly the conversation?
He'd come down off the crane.
Oh, he was already down, ready to go over. Grabbed him away.
So I asked if I could nip up and have a look at it.
And did he go up with you?
No, well, the thing is, he didn't really want to do it, so I did my best to persuade him.
How did you persuade him? You put a white hanky over his mouth and... You said, smell that, and he woke up in the cabin.
He would have had to be dragged up unconscious. I couldn't have done that.
It was only the practicalities that stopped her from doing it.
Let me simply say that money changed hands.
Oh, and how much did he have to pay you?
So did you both go up to the cabin?
He said I had to go first, just in case I missed my footing.
And he went up right behind you?
Not right
Wally, you pervert! OK, so you're up in the crane. Yeah. Is there room for two people in those things?
Barely. It was...
So it was intimate?
Not really, but it was
You can't have it both
uncomfortable.
ways.
You certainly can't have it both ways in that. It's too small.
Have some respect for Germaine Greer. So sorry about my friend.
It was pretty cramped, but he showed me how you use the controls.
You're telling me now that you actually had a go of it,
No, I didn't have a go of
but
it.
he showed you how to do
But
it.
I can use a digger and an excavator, so I know how to balance the two hands.
Why do you know how to use a digger?
Well, because I dig holes.
What about David?
David, can you remind me of your statement?
This is Wally, and he intervened when I had a whispered row with a woman in a library.
What was the row about?
It was about noise.
Who started the row?
Who started the row?
Well, I would say she started it, but the noise that it was about was my responsibility. I was in the loo.
Was what?
What? I was in the loo when the noise happened, but the noise didn't emanate from the loo. It was my phone made the noise while I was in the loo, because it was on silent, but it vibrated and sort of...
Where was it? On the, you left
I'd
it in the
left it
library?
on the table.
Oh, you'd left the thing, gone to the
by
toilet.
my laptop.
So you come back from the toilet. Could you hear the... It's that... noise, yes?
Well, that's... yes, I was in the toilet.
And you heard the...
No. No, I couldn't hear that noise from
Oh, great, he's now doing impressions of inanimate objects.
I thought he was doing me on the toilet. Sorry.
Well, that's not you on the toilet. No, that's all right. I wonder how long I'll be here for.
So, what happens next?
Well, I come out of the toilet and she's immediately incensed and comes up to me and has a massive whispered go at me.
What did she say?
She said, I've been trying to work in here and you've been making noise all the time and that phone has gone off 2 or 3 times. And I'm sort of going, I'm sorry, I didn't realise. I just left it there. There's no need to take that tone with me, though. There's no need to be so rude. I'll turn my phone off now. I'm sorry, but, you know... So this carries on for a few minutes, and then Wally, who works there, comes up and has a word with us both and says, please, you know, be quiet and get on with your work.
OK, we do need an answer. So Lee's team is Wally, Germaine's crane companion, Alan's car crasher, or David's bookish buddy.
He's got a bit of library about him, hasn't he? He has got a whiff of book about him.
That's my new fragrance for Christmas.
If I had to choose, I would say Alan.
What are you thinking, Germaine?
The whispering argument, I can see it happening.
Yeah.
And I bizarrely think it might be Germaine.
Oh, brilliant.
OK, so Germaine thinks it's David.
Yeah, I think it's Alan.
You think it's Alan?
And you think
And I
it's
think
Germaine?
it's Germaine.
Let's say Germaine, then.
Germaine has to pick?
Yeah, I think Germaine should say Germaine.
I'm handing the leadership qualities over to Germaine.
All right.
And letting him decide who it is.
What do you say,
He
Germaine?
says Germaine.
We collectively think it's David.
No!
No, we don't! You're saying David? OK. So, Lee's team, after a thorough democratic process, are settling on David. Wally, would you please reveal your true identity?
My name is Wally, and I was teaching Alan how to drive when he crashed into the co-op car park.
Thank you very much, Wally. Please welcome this week's special guest, Wally. So, Germaine Greer, what is Wally to you?
Oh, this is Wally. He's the crane driver who once let me sit in his cabin 50 feet above my house.
Alan, how do you know Wally?
This is Wally, and during one of his driving lessons, I crashed into the co-op.
And finally, David, what is your relationship with Wally?
This is Wally, and he intervened when I got into a whispered row with a woman in a library.
So, there it is. Lee's team, where do you want to start?
Wally's got the top half of Alan's face and the bottom half of David's.